know many of us here have heard about concussions, know about concussions, or have had concussions. If not, I'm here to inform you about concussions and how they can impact somebody's life. Concussion is a bruising of the brain that is caused by a traumatic event compacting their head, and usually football is the most common sport that has happened with concussions. Once you get with a concussion, you get brain damage. Brain damage, once you have it, is permanently there. You can't get rid of it. So once you have it, it's there. Types of symptoms is a grade 1. Grade 1 concussion is where you basically see colors, you're unable to focus, you're sensitive to light. I was helping coach football, and 2 kids ended up getting concussions, and I was surprised that at such a young age they were able to experience a concussion, which is very negative. And one of them was sensitive to light, and he could not focus on any objects. So we just had to seek and get him help as soon as possible. A grade 2 concussion just affects their memory. They can't remember things from 2 days ago, 3 days ago, or even in that day. Grade 3 concussion causes unconsciousness up to 5 minutes. My brother played football. He ended up getting a concussion, and it was in between a grade 2 and grade 3 concussion, but they asked him what month it was, and he said it was 3 months back. So he was a little messed up, and he just needed to rest for like a couple weeks, and then he was back out playing football again. So the chair. About 2 years ago, I was playing video games, playing a football game with my brother, and my grandpa had sat on the ledge of the seat, messing with me and tickling my feet, and I was wiggling, and all of a sudden we fly back, and I bashed my head on a statue of like a ceramic German Shepherd, and it like cracked in half. And so I was fine. I was worried about my grandpa falling, so I made sure he was all right. And all of a sudden, I just like walked to the bathroom. I looked at myself, and then all of a sudden, I felt like I wanted to go to sleep. And that's one of the symptoms of a concussion. But I felt like I remembered everything. And I was there, so I just felt like I couldn't. I felt like I needed to sleep. And my parents said, "Don't sleep. Stay awake." And then all of a sudden I felt like I was like gasping for air, like I couldn't breathe. I was sitting there going with my hands above my head, and then it went away in like 10 minutes, and I just went and sat back in the same chair and started playing video games again. So I think that was just like a little side effect of a concussion. So treatments for a grade 1 concussion would be just relaxing. I mean, with each concussion you want to relax and seek a doctor as well, but a grade 1, just relax and take it easy, and you should be back playing in about 3 weeks, back out on the football field. Grade 2 concussion is take medication as directed, because you might not be able to remember things that you did, and that's dangerous. Somebody can go do crazy things with that. Grade 3 concussion could take up to probably about a month to get back normal to where they were, and you just have to make sure their eye movement is correct, and their eyes aren't rolling in the back of their head. And like I said, with a young person, I saw again coaching as well. Unfortunately, a kid on our team, his eyes started kind of like flickering back and stuff, so we had to immediately seek help for him to get back to normal. They've been preventing injuries lately, both NFL and college. They've created about like 15 to 20 styles of helmets and different padding to impact the hit. But no matter what you do to the helmet or pads, it'll help the blow a little bit, but you can still get concussions with helmets, and no matter how much padding you put in them. The new rules for NFL is if you have a helmet-to-helmet hit, targeting, it's called, targeting a defenseless receiver, somebody who catches the ball and you hit them and they can't do anything about it, you get fined and you can get suspended as well. College, you're not getting paid. In college football, you're not getting paid. So what they do is they'll kick you out for the rest of that game, and you won't be able to play until the second half of the second or third game after that. So these are two really great NFL players that are now done, retired. Earl Campbell, you have on the left. He was a running back. He was on offense, and he gave the blow instead of taking it. So as a runner, he was running over people, taking vicious hits to the head, and now it pays a toll in his life. He's struggling to walk nowadays. I think at one point he was even drooling. He couldn't control his own, mouth parts and his spit and stuff. And Wilbur Marshall, he was on the defensive side. He played linebacker, which is on the defense, so he was the one tackling people. And same exact thing. He's retired as well, and he is living that experience of living in pain and having trouble to walk and remembers things. As you can see, football is the number one most in having concussions, but you can also get a lot of concussions with soccer, a lot of the other different sports, because once you get one, you're susceptible to another one and getting another one again. So once you have that first one, you're likely to have another one if you're hit hard enough. And for example, my cousin, he was never able to play football. Every time he barely bumped his head, he had a concussion, so he was susceptible to concussions very easily. Junior Seau was diagnosed with CTE disease, stands for chronic traumatic encephalopathy disorder, and it's caused mostly hits to the head. Several NFL players have been diagnosed with this same exact disease as well, and they're trying to figure out what's causing this problem, how to fix it, and go from there. This is a video, a look back at Junior Seau's life. It's a video. I just want, if you know somebody who has a concussion, or you guys experience a concussion, just want you guys, hope you guys seek help as soon as possible and get treatment as needed, because there are people that have literally gone from playing football one day, the next week they're barely surviving, and it can lead to that depression later in life. Just living messed up and wanting to commit suicide. So there are several players, and Junior Seau is one of them. He shot himself in the chest, and he was living life good, retired. He had 4 children, and he just, I guess, his mind wasn't right, and he ended up shooting himself in the chest right out of San Diego. But just want to make sure you guys seek help, and thank you.